Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today I'm reviewing a horror movie instead of a comic book for obvious reasons because you read the title. But, well, not for obvious reasons. The reason why I'm reviewing this is that, um, I'm not gonna lie, I got fucking triggered by this movie. Uh, for people who don't know, I am a dog owner, so since I became a dog owner, I do not like it when dogs get killed in movies. It's kind of like how like parents, don't like seeing kids get killed in movies. Like for a parent, every kid in a movie, they see their child in that kid. For me, every dog I see in a movie, I see my dog, and that dog, in that dog. Especially this dog in this movie, who's called Sunday. I had a dog like that when I was a kid. But yeah, so a dog gets killed in this movie. I just thought, people should know, people deserve to know if children or dogs get killed in movies. For fuck's sake, there's even like a website, I forget what it's called. 'Cause at the time I thought it was fucking stupid, but I wasn't a dog owner then. Um, yeah, it's like some website where like it keeps track of all the movies where dogs get killed in them, so like dog owners can avoid those movies. I don't know. My friend told me about it. I should fucking find out the name of the site. But on to this review, because you probably gonna want to know, like, is the movie good, despite the fact that a dog gets killed, which you don't really see it get killed. You just see its dead body. So that's something. But yeah, I would say, without spoiling it, the movie I thought got it starts off kind of slow, then in the second half it picks up. In my opinion, the Halloween series, the first two movies, in my opinion, are extremely dated. They don't really hold up to today's audiences, in my opinion. Okay, I know you boomers and Gen Xers are going to get pissed off hearing that, but like in my opinion, those movies suck by today's standards. They were great when they came out, but by today's standards, I'm sorry, they suck. Especially the first two movies. Honestly, the third movie, in my opinion, is a great movie that gets shit on for like retarded reasons. For the reason that doesn't have Michael Myers in it, which is the whole point of Halloween 3, is that the studios wanted to do a Halloween movie every year with a different story, with a major studio backing it. We could have had a Halloween themed horror movie every year, because it kind of sucks. Like, if you're like a horror fan who watches horror movies all year long, when Halloween comes around, you don't just want to watch your favorite horror movies. You want to watch a Halloween themed horror movies, and there's not a lot of good ones. Besides from the Halloween movies and Trick or Treat, what other like good Halloween horror movies are there? Like, the only other ones I can think of besides Trick or Treat is Gingersnaps, and that's it. And that only just happens to take place on Halloween during the finale. And by the way, if you haven't seen Gingersnaps, I think it's like a 2001 movie. It's about a teenage girl that becomes a werewolf. Check it out; it's a good movie. It holds up. So back to this review. Halloween 4. It takes place like 10 years after the second movie, which the second movie takes place right after the first one. For people who don't know, Michael Myers has been in like a sanitarium or whatever they're called for the last 10 years. He's been like crippled or some shit. He gets transferred to. He's about to get transferred to a prison. They 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 decided to have no guards and to handle the transfer on a rainy night. So what happens is that, and it doesn't even, they don't even crash. It's just that he just wakes up and kills everybody. Which a lot of the kills happen like almost like off camera. And like the first kill isn't brutal, so very brutal. So I'm like the entire time I'm like, is this movie like PG-13 or something? It's like it's not till like near the end where like okay the kills get kind of brutal. Like he kills the one like the one dude with his bare hands, and it's pretty brutal. Yeah. So like the story is his sister, who's Jamie Lynn Curtis from the first movie. I think her name was Joni. What was the name? What's her name? Joni Lauren or some shit? I don't know. She had a daughter who's like 10 years old or something. She got adopted by a new family. Uh, she has a teenage foster sister and two parents and a dog named Sunday. She has this Halloween kind of phobia. She has nightmares about Michael Myers, even though she's never met Michael Myers. But at first I thought, well, is he like a psychic or some shit? Because like in the movie, you clearly see him teleport at times, which was fucking weird. But like it could have been like there were pictures of him or something in the news when it happened. She stumbled onto it. She gets bullied in school. She decides, fuck it, I'm gonna show I'm not afraid anymore. I'm gonna go out on Halloween, even though she doesn't really like Halloween. She doesn't even have a costume, right? They get her a costume just like Michael Myers had in the first movie when he was a kid. He went on his first murder spree, which was his parents. So like the characters in this movie primarily are Dr. Loomis, who returns for this movie. He's a burn victim, because I guess in the second movie he gets burned. He tries to burn like Michael Myers alive. It's been years since I've seen it, so I didn't remember that. The other characters are Ellie Cornell as Rachel Carruthers, who's like her teenage sister. There's her boyfriend Brady, who's like the Sasha Jenson from Dazed and Confused, which he was one of my favorite characters from Dazed and Confused. I actually watched it like this summer. Awesome movie if you haven't seen Dazed and Confused. Like I find this weird that like he played a teenager in that, and this is almost like 10 years, and like this is like a 10-year space, and he's still playing. He was still playing teenagers in the 90s. He's playing like teenagers spanning 2 decades. Like what the fuck? But yeah, he's in this movie. There's some drama between him and the sister. What was her name again? Let me double check. Rachel, because she was supposed to go on a date with her boyfriend. And like, what happens? She got stuck babysitting her sister on Halloween. So what happens? And this plays later in the film. She sees him at the sheriff's house, who has a hot daughter with big boobs, and he cheats on her. He redeems himself at the end. Like that. Usually movies like this, they have what happens in later on in the movie is that there's a siege moment where like halfway through the movie, Michael Myers has been silently killing people throughout the town. The sheriff's like, fuck this, takes takes the sister and the girl to his house with Loomis, one of the deputies who's still alive, and Brady's there, and they with his daughter. They board up the house. Everybody has guns. The guns don't help at all. Michael Myers breaks in. You know how it goes, and like, uh, you know how it goes, and it goes to the finale, which I'm not going to spoil right away. This is a spoiler review. I'll put it in the title. One of the criticisms I have of this movie is there's like a militia in the movie where they're kind of portrayed as like, I don't know if they're supposed to be, if this movie is like anti-gun or they're just trying like they're just doing the cliche of gun like dumb rednecks or something, but like the town forms a militia of 4 guys with guns. They're all like middle-aged beer belly dudes. They shoot at a bush because they see something move and they accidentally kill a guy. They don't show the body, but it's like, dude, like in the 80s or whatever decade this was, like you're telling me there's no gun training? They don't force people to take gun training to buy guns? Like, for fuck's like, you're not gonna shoot at anything without looking to see what you're fucking shooting at in the first place. So that, I don't know, I think that was dumb. That's just, I don't know if it's liberal propaganda trying to make gun owners look dumb or something, but that bothered me. Yeah. I one thing I did like about the movie is that it's very, cause like these slasher movies can get really boring. Not boring, like cliche, like it's just following the formula. I kind of like how they build up the tension, with Myers. You don't, they go for the less is more approach until the end. Like like a lot of the kills he has in this movie, you don't even see it. You just see the aftermath, which I think is kind of cool and builds up the threat. Yeah, and I kind of like how with Brady, like most of the time, like you have like asshole cheating boyfriend. They like make them like appear as like, you know, cowards. They make them bad as possible. Here in this movie, he's the only thing. There's a scene where he's the only thing between Michael Myers and the girls, and he stands his ground even when he's fucking up, like reloading the gun. He at one like he even like when Michael Myers gets even too close, he doesn't run away. He doesn't like try to like, you know, get away or anything. He stands his ground. He pulls an Alamo where he just flips the fucking shotgun around and is using it as a club to try to beat away Michael Myers. And like, I don't know, I really enjoyed that. Also, I kind of like the ending to this movie, where I didn't even notice that the little girl, she looked familiar to me, but it turns out it was like Danielle Harris, who's in like a lot of movies. She's even in the Rob Zombie Halloween remakes, where like I actually like those movies. I know people shit on them. I don't know. To me, they're a lot more watchable compared to the old, like the first 2 Halloween movies, which are extremely dated. But again, they're trendsetters. So trendsetter movies are obviously going to be not as good as movies that copy them and like added to it, right? So other than that, I really liked the ending to this movie, which I'm just gonna say it. They kill Michael Myers. They had like a firing line and they just blasted his ass, and his evil essence went into the girl. So the next movie is like setting up the girl as the villain. They're probably not even gonna use it, but I'm giving this a